Hello. I have been playing some of my older GameCube games the past week. I don't have a lot of GameCube games, but I have a lot of memories with them. If I were to put them in a top 5 list, this is my choice of number 5. Super Mario Sunshine. It was the first game that I got on my Nintendo GameCube. I remember all the days that I got the consoles, but this day was kind of special. I had been nagging to my parents about this new system. We already had a Nintendo 64 in our home, but now I read about this GameCube in some of the old Nintendo magazines. That was the way to figure out about new Nintendo things. The GameCube looked so good, and I remember this kid in the neighborhood, a boy that was younger than me. He got a GameCube before me, and I was so envious. And I am actually still friends with his older sister. She's also my best friend to this day, but we were neighbors in this old neighborhood. We were playing outside and inside sometimes, and I was like drooling over this Nintendo GameCube that her little brother had, and I forced her to let us play and stuff on it. She's not interested in video games at all. Anna, my best friend, she's not interested. And she has never been interested in video games. But anyway, I remember we played like Sonic Adventure to Battle. We pronounced it like Sonic Adventure to Battle, like in a really fast sense. It was kind of funny. This guy, her little brother, also had Luigi's Mansion. I will get back to that. But that was the first time that I played the Nintendo GameCube. It was at their place in the neighborhood. Back to the story. My parents heard about this, that I really wanted this new console, and they took me to Ircha. It is our like electronics store, the biggest store we have in this city. I got the indigo colored GameCube, and with the GameCube there was this game, Super Mario Sunshine. The car ride home that day was the longest car ride ever. I was sitting in the back and I was literally holding this GameCube box that we just got me, and I couldn't wait to get home and hook this up and start playing. At that time we lived 20 minutes away from the city, drive time, and I hooked this up and it looked so much better than the Nintendo 64. I was so happy and ecstatic. That is number 5. Now at 4th place, this will come as a surprise to many people. Why would I include this in my top 5? I have good reasons for it. This is weird, isn't this weird? I am putting this one in my top 5. This is my number 4 in the top 5 list. It is The Sims Bustin Out. This is quite different from all the other The Sims games that you have probably played. The Bustin' Out really has a narrative, kind of a story, like you gotta do something specific. Oops. You do specific things in this game. Okay, I'm not saying that it is much unlike the other The Sims games. It is quite like the other The Sims games. It is a The Sims game, but it has included like narratives, quests, and things you gotta complete. Really these RPG elements to it, that you gotta unlock things, and you know, and all the normal The Sims things like skill leveling and career leveling and getting some sort of love life. Some sort of boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you can do. You can actually be a real slut in this game also. And there's this building mode, and it works really fine with the Nintendo GameCube controller. It really does. Normally you will think that if you have played The Sims on the PC, how is it possible to play The Sims on a controller? It was easy. I liked it. The weird thing is that I got this in 2004. I didn't have space on the memory card to play this. It actually takes up a lot of space. How much is it? I don't know. But I remember that when I got home, I couldn't play it straight away. I needed a new memory card, and we got that the following day. So That kind of reminds me of something. The Christmas that I got Majora's Mask, The Legend of Zelda, the Majora's Mask from my parents. It was a Christmas. I needed the expansion pack, so I couldn't play it straight away. That is like the worst. Getting a new game and you cannot play it straight away. You gotta wait days, maybe weeks before you could actually play it. Anyway, check this out. It is addictive, really addictive. I have played this for hundreds of hours, I'm pretty sure. Now on third place, we put Luigi's Mansion. I already talked about this on my channel, like in the previous video actually. This is the game that I first played at this neighbor kid's place, the little brother of my best friend Anna. I eventually, like straight after I got my GameCube, I asked him if I could borrow this, and I did, I could. So I borrowed it and I played the fuck out of this game. It's so good, and this is one of the games that I find the easiest to replay, to start over in. It is so rewarding to just start over randomly at any time. Actually, it's more interesting and more fun to start a new save file each time you're having a sitting with this game than to just jump in your old save. Very replayable. Then I had to return the borrowed copy. So then in later years I bought this on eBay because I missed it. I have beaten this game so many times I cannot even count it. I have save files spread over all of my memory cards. And it has hard bosses, and I hate the big boo boss. It is so fucking hard. I hate it. But other than that, it is great. I used to play this a lot while my mom was watching. She loved that game. She's always like, oh, you don't know. When are you gonna play Luigi's Mansion? I love that game. Like, that is the game that she mentions the most ever in my life. So that's my mom's favorite. On second place, now you're guessing it already. I'm guessing you're already guessing it. Zelda the Wind Waker for the Nintendo GameCube. I'm pretty sure most people have heard about this and played this. It is so obvious. Even though you maybe know these things, I can narrow it down, like, long story short. You're on this boat, the boat can talk, you shouldn't drown, and the ocean is really big. Actually too big. I think the ocean is way too big. It has so many different islands, and I love the side quests with the decorations thingies that you collect. All of the islands are so well done. The only downside with this game is that I think the ocean is way too big, like I said. And it has the hard dungeons, and anyway, it looks great. I have the HD remake on my Wii U. That's where I played it last. My version of this game has Ocarina of Time / Master Quest included in it. And here are some old game notes that I wrote. Sometimes I put them in the cover like this. Very passionate about this game. Very passionate about most of my games. I have always been really passionate about these things. And most of my friends don't get that, but I get it. Now, at first place, I am putting Paper Mario. Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. I got this in 2004, and that was a really bad year for me and my family, and just in general, a really bad year. But this is probably the best thing about that year. It is a huge game with a lot of texts. Everyone has so much to say. It's just really full and big. And I really love colorful RPGs like this. This is my second favorite Paper Mario game. My all-time favorite Paper Mario game is the first one. And I also liked Super Paper Mario. But Sticker Star was the biggest disappointment of all time in my life when it comes to games. It couldn't really live up to the first two Paper Mario games. This is the reason why I'm not getting Paper Mario Color Splash. I am not getting that game. I'm so disappointed still with Sticker Star. You have all of these companions, and the thing that I don't like, just so it doesn't sound like I'm loving all the things, everything about all of these games, the most annoying thing about this game is the pipe travel system. You go down in this pipe and you have to remember which pipe led you someplace in the world. The world is not an open world where you can travel freely from one town to another. You have to go through this pipe system, and I hated that pipe system so much. Really confusing, but anyway, it doesn't destroy the game. The game is fun, colorful, rewarding, actually kind of long also. But anyway, here are some Nintendo GameCube boxes that I made. I painted this and stuff. I made a video about that, and I keep all my memory cards inside of these things. It's really practical that way. I don't have anything in this one. This is the big one. I nailed it, if I can say so myself. That was my it wasn't but it was my top 5 in Nintendo GameCube games, and I am losing daylight, and I want to mention some honorable mentions. I have more GameCube games. I can show you an overview right now. These are all of my GameCube games. I don't have a lot, like I said, but I have a lot of memories with a few that I have. The ones that almost made this top 5 lists are Eternal Darkness and Star Fox Adventures. Impressed me a lot. It is so much like Zelda, but I will get more into that game later at some point, I guess. Anyways guys, that was all for today. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and support me and my channel if you want to, and you can also share this video if you want to. I'm giving you a free pass on sharing any of my videos where you think that people will be interested. Bye! I could perhaps have mentioned Mario Kart Double Dash, but anyway, here we go, I'm mentioning it. And another game that I know is pretty good, it is Tales of Symphonia. I have that game on PlayStation 3 as for the remake. I was no way near a spoiled child as a kid, so I didn't get all the games that I wanted. Definitely not. I really appreciated all the games that I got from my parents, they were great. And I want to hear what's your top 5 or top 10, or what's your favorite game on the GameCube in general, and which are your worst games and stuff. Leave a comment about these things and I will respond to them all.